Hello everyone, welcome to Onyx Earth Tarot. Everything you need to know about me is in the description box below. So we are back with another pick a card reading. It is timeless, not love-based. Y'all, I almost let the spooky season pass me by. I definitely did. So I'm like, let me just slip this video in because I do not want to hold this thumbnail. I'm really excited about the thumbnail. And so we're going to get a reading. I have no idea what I'm going to call it. I have no idea what I'm going to call it. I think I'm going to call it like, what's the karma? Like, what's the outcome? I know one thing, I'm going to look to see whatever situation like you want insight on right now. If you're just looking to see what's incoming, right? And when I use the word karma, I'm going to lead with good karma, but anything that you may need to know about yourself or any situation, I'm going to dig for that as well. Because I do see you guys searching that word karma. So I'm like, let me just slip that in there so we can get the guidance that people are seeking, but also to capitalize on the audience. I'm not going to lie, capitalize on the audience if you guys watch it, because you do not watch my general messages from spirit readings. Now, I want to lead with, I guess the word karma is heavily a thing for you guys because I said that word at 1 minute and 11 seconds of recording. So hopefully y'all don't have me step into no heavy energy. Okay, I'm going to try not to, but if that's where we go, that's where we go. I'm not going to continue to drag this out. I will hop right into the pile selection. So for those of you that are visually impaired, or if you simply like to listen to me verbally describe each pile, that is now. Pile 1 is 4 roses. There's 3 dark purple, 1 black. Pile 2 is there's a sunflower surrounded by marigolds. There are bees, wasps, and I think a spider in the mix of that one. Pile 3 is a combination of green, black, and red. There's black flowers. There's I think that's red poppies. And then there's like a green random flower that I have no idea what it is. And then we have eucalyptus for the cleanliness of that pile. I don't know why I felt like that needed to be there, but it did. So I will give you a moment to make your selection. And if you need more time, go ahead and pause the video. All right, pile 1. So let's see, what's the karma? What's the outcome? I think I committed to the title. We're leading with positive energy, obviously, as always. But whatever comes through regarding you, your life, any situation, whatever this may apply to. I want to lead with some of you need to slow down. Some of you may possibly need to begin meditation if you don't already. Possibly some Reiki healing, but just don't rush and don't let anyone else rush you. Okay? Huge channeled message came through immediately as I stepped into your pile. If you're doing something or trying to do something and it makes you unnaturally anxious, that's a message, okay? Follow it. So slow down, right? It's all about feeling, and something has to feel right, okay? So please remember that. That's very important for this group. Now, let's hop into it. My purple and black roses. I'm going to get an overview from the Magical Botanical. I'm going to pull from my Saturn Retrograde Oracle. Ooh, tarot. Maybe I need to pull from that oracle deck that is across the table. But anyway, I have various oracle decks that I am going to get clarification for, but now I feel like I need to get one because I wasn't going to use that deck. That's way too many. Oh, this is going to be one of those long piles. Lavender, dragon teeth, tree, mandrake. Heavy themes of protection and centering and balance. Let me get your one. Tell me about what's the outcome for my pile number 1, please. What karma is coming in or around this group, please. Tell me what this group needs to know. Ooh, we need to know something. Interesting. Ivy, number 14. Let's check it out. Okay, let's see. Something you've been struggling with, possibly, or hiding information. Okay, Saturn, Venus, Moon, and Jupiter, and the elements are earth and air. Okay. Now it says, I am rooted in the blessings of my life. I love this energy for you. So you have lots of blessings coming in, but I mentioned you needing to meditate, and everything that I described at the beginning of your pile was essentially needing to ground your energy, right? If you're anxious, slow down and ground your energy, right? Like that's basically the premise of everything I channeled at the beginning. So the word rooted is very important. You need to be firmly rooted and grounded on the physical plane. You will be blessed, right? I am rooted in the blessings of my life. And if you need to say that, then say it. But divination meaning is reach up and out while remaining rooted when Ivy appears in a reading. Ivy climbs the ancestral Celtic cross as she spreads her angelic wings under a waning moon. How can you grow in a situation without losing your roots? What must you bind to protect you or bring closer to you to unite with? Ivy can indicate good luck and abundance even when others around you are struggling. Ah, okay. So here is what is important. Okay. Waning moon is a very relevant moon phase. Maybe the next waning moon cycle. This is a timeless message regardless of when I film. The next waning moon phase will be monumental for you in some way. Doesn't have to be huge, but there will be something impactful coming your way, a blessing. And it appears that this Ivy is telling you, one, you need discernment, two, you need grounding. There's an energy of making sure that as you step into your blessings, you don't allow the people that may not be stepping into blessings as quickly as you to drag you down. Okay, that's a huge theme here. So it looks like you're going to be very, very blessed soon, my beautiful pile ones, right? But you need to make sure that you are rooted firmly in your blessings and your identity. And it's not about like I'm not getting like a helping other people vibe. I'm just getting that whatever is coming in for you, like, so let's say a family or like a social group, right? You will be someone that will kind of be, in terms of success, first, right? In that setting, right? So like let's say it's a race, you'll get first place, right? And everybody else around, technically they're losers. So it's, so you know what I mean? Like, and it's not that they lost, it's just that you have precedence, like you won something, right? So it just feels like you're about to win something very soon or step into some sort of a blessing that the people around you don't have, right? So just be mindful of that, be cognizant of that. Not because these people or this person may have negative intentions, but just because, like, make sure you don't become like the type of person that like brags and all of those things, or like just kind of mind your audience. That's the thing, right? And that's a huge thing that I'm getting. But rooted in blessings, it's gonna be something physical, it's gonna be something that is tangible, because again, for it to be a blessing that other people could either resent or that you just need to be mindful that other people don't have, has to be tangible, right? Okay. All right, it's a lot, but it's good. It's good a lot. Let's glance at the bottom. There's a willow that came out again. So we are taking this bottom. We are taking this bottom because that's the second time it wanted to be in this pile. All right. Sorry, I'm feeling like this may be my nitpicky pile. This may be something you're seeing results with that you've been working on for quite some time, because I'm feeling very nitpicky about the pile right now, in a way that I'm not often. So Willow is Moon and Venus energy, and it's ruled by water. I bend and change as I need. Yeah, you're nitpicky, right? You need to be more flexible and fluid. It says the willow spirit takes shape, blah, 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 blah. Oh, this is that pile where you may be seeing blackbirds, frogs, dragonflies, bees. You may want pile two. Some of you are going to pick pile two, but talks about flexibility. The willow tree talks about flexibility and being adaptive. Something is going to shift and pivot soon. So the karma that I see already before I even pull from the tarot, you have something that is going to shift. There is a pivot that either happened, is happening. I'm pausing because I'm realizing that those of you that are new here, if you're not familiar with my channel, I read past, present, incoming energy. I don't remember if I said it because I was channeling, but I do read past, present, incoming energy. You're all at various stages of the story or the lesson. You have to just find where you fit, okay? But there's a bending, a shifting of karma in a very positive sense for this pile, okay? Like something you've been working, something you pivoted on or had to pivot or deviated from a certain path, right? With the bend and changes you need is rooting you in blessings. Okay, whatever area of life where this happened or is happening or about to happen. All right, I'm gonna pull from this oracle deck because I accidentally called the tarot deck the oracle deck. And we're gonna get a card. I don't know that I'm doing this for every pile. I will just do it for this one because I feel like I need to. All right, all of these cards. All right. The number 4 is relevant. Okay. Number 24 here. Number 22 here. Oh, I already kind of have a feeling what this is. Let me flip real quick. All right, number 24 is flux, and it talks about remembering that you are the one in the present holding your future, and that if you want this future to be positive, you must first look inside yourself, because every action you decide to take in the world is nothing but a reflection of yourself. I was gonna say sex. So some of you may be asking something gender specific, gender role specific, related to relationships, could be, but this flux and this willow talks about bending, shifting. So something related to your positive karma coming in, or just karma in general, is going to be a pivot. It's going to be a shifting of some sort of circumstance, situation, connection, whatever. It's going to shift. Okay. And however it shifts, I'm going to lead with my incoming people. The shift will be rooting you into blessings, okay? Whether that is down the line or you're shifting into that energy now. Some of you, this is past, present energy of you are currently shifting, and I'm clarifying that it will take you where you need to go. Others of you are contemplating a shift or will unexpectedly be forced into a shift that will lead you somewhere better, okay? There we go. Number 22 is intellect. And it says, put instinct aside for a moment and analyze the situation you are in rationally. So what I'm getting from all of this energy, which is funny because I didn't expect any of those 2 cards from this, is I mentioned that nitpicky attention to detail earlier. Some of you are really stepping into an energy where that is, I don't want to say necessary, I don't even want to say useful, but something about you and your natural way of being is rooting you deeper into your blessings. Like it feels like you'll be in a right environment, right space, right situation to nurture and hone in on that, right? Because you intellect card, there's a lot of books, a lot of studying, a lot of knowledge. So a lot of information you have acquired or are acquiring is becoming very useful, very handy, right? And you're going to see a huge blessing step in as a result. And this is even more vague than I realized, but I want to pull from the tarot so we can get more information. So let me get 3 cards so I can see what this is talking about. Because I feel like this is so general, it could apply to any situation. So maybe this is a popular pile. Some of you just wanted the confirmation that you were getting good karma, and that's hilarious to me. So congratulations, pile 1. That confirmation has already happened. Like, good karma is coming in for you. That said, it doesn't mean every pile has a light and a shadow sense. So it kind of depends on where you've been focusing your energy, right? So I mentioned this attention to detail, right? And I talk about the bending and the flexibility and the shifting and the logic and the rational mind. And spirit is kind of calling you to step into that. Like rationally, what have you been doing, right? Like how have you been living your life? Like the energy you've been putting into whatever the situation, circumstances that you're seeking the outcome of, like what energy have you been projecting into it? And that dominant energy, rationally, logically, is essentially how it's going to play out for you. So if you've been putting a lot of negative energy into something, right? Like if you've been, then obviously that's going to be the outcome. Like if you've not been working towards something, then you're not going to see results. If you've been doing all you can, then you're going to see results, right? But I do get that the dominant energy of this pile is you've been laying the groundwork for something for quite some time. Some of you maybe not. You're just going to get really lucky because the theme is there's people around you that are not going to be as blessed as you. And it doesn't look like you're stepping into a space of people that have less than you. It seems like you're stepping into an energy of having more, and the people around you not necessarily remaining stagnant, but just not ascending as quickly as you are. Okay, that seems to be the karmic message coming in for you. And you recognizing that and being logical and rational in knowing that, okay? Tell me more. What's the karma for my pile number one? Please tell me the outcome of the situation, circumstance they are inquiring about. Yeah, look at that. Okay, we've got strength. Okay, that's the number 8. Let's see. I can do this. We can start layering and I will use that space. And then we have the Tower. Okay, so Tower is like Scorpio energy. So we've got Leo, Scorpio energy here on the table. Could be your placements, could be relevant seasons, or the houses associated with those signs could be relevant. For example, 8th house of death, rebirth, sex, sexual energy, sensual energy, intimacy. We could be talking about inheritances and debts. Leo energy is joy and pleasure. That's 5th house of entertainment, of fun, right? So I see a huge shift happening, right? Like strength into the Tower feels like a strong tower, right? For better or for worse, as in a strong tumbling down or a strong ascension. Because I'm not afraid of the Tower card. I don't read it as an inherently negative card. What I see it as in this sense, in the light sense, is that it is something, it's that pivoted path, right? It's a pivoted path from something that's strongly going to burn down, right? Like not saying literally like a building, but some of you maybe, but the willow says bend and change as you need. Flux says to kind of, flow. A flux shifts, right? So it's shifting, moving, using your intellect, your logic. Some of you, your karma is going to be dodging a bullet. I don't know about a literal one, but like a dodged bullet, as in like, okay, you shifted a path, you were taken off course, and in some instances may literally save your life or just save your future, save your health, save something. Like some of you, your good karma is literally saving your life or circumstances. Okay, I get that a lot. And then also with the strength and the Tower, it feels like a strong, firm, solid boundary. Okay. So some of you, whatever this blessing is coming in, when we say rooted in that, like that card from Ivy, it's a strong, solid, rooted energy that can't be torn down, right? It's too strong to crumble, if that makes sense. So let me get my last card and I'll take the bottom. I probably should have taken the bottom because for whatever reason, I layered that like I only wanted 2. But whatever is coming in for you is huge, 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 very, very major, right? Because at the end of the day, when you see 2 major arcana come out like that, yeah. that means something much bigger than the details. This is in reverse. So it's like it's bigger than any details, any messages, any conversations, any people or humans, right? When we talk about that, okay? Like this is like universal God energy coming in. That's interesting. So let's see. Tell me. Okay, right here. There we go. King of Swords. All right. So we had a page in reverse and now we have a king upright. Both in the elements of air. Air energy is Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Okay. What is this karma coming in? Something is y'all, like the pause that I had, I almost like for a moment like drew a complete blank, which I've not done when channeling. It's quiet. Something is gonna go like silent soon, like quiet. It's so eerie because like I know how the sound is when I'm often recording, but I feel like I'm even more echoey than usual, which makes absolutely no sense. Like right now, Three of Swords. Okay, something's gonna go quiet. Okay, someone is gonna go like radio, like I don't know why I'm saying radio silent. I don't even know if that's a thing. But the Three of Swords talks about an ending. I mean, there is a tower and there's a Three of Swords. There is something that's gonna be like there is some sort of a destruction. Okay, and it looks like maybe you dodge it or you avoid it, right? Or it's always a polarity. Some of you, maybe you unfortunately, I mean, the messages, you have free will and you can impact your own life. You have control, right? You have free will, you have control. Messages are here to help support you, help guide you, right? On your journey. But some of you, maybe you will be in this situation that becomes the Three of Swords of sorrow. I mean, that is what the card represents. And maybe that will deviate the path towards those rooted blessings. Because the thing about the tower in the negative shadow sense is it talks about something that there was no foundation. It wasn't even real. Like it couldn't, like, you know what I mean? It's like building a house with no foundation. It was never standing, right? So whatever that is, if you can foresee yourself on that shadow side, just know that you may be able to pivot out of that in advance. Like I'm definitely getting that. And also I'm getting, even if you can't, that is to shift you to something that is rooted, like that word in the ivy description, like that willow tree, to be truly rooted in your blessings. Now, that's the shadow, which will still end up a blessing. But on the lighter side, it just feels like something else is happening here that, like, it looks like you dodge, like literally you dodge it, like you dodge a bullet. There's something that crumbles that wasn't sustainable that you avoided or will avoid. Okay. And by you being on an alternate path, you see lots of success and blessings, because I see you getting blessings as a separate thing from this new spread I just saw. And I don't know that I've ever gotten that in a reading before, where I get one set and it's like the oracle, and the oracle is, this is you getting blessings. It's grounded, it's rooted. You'll be doing better than everybody else. I don't know if these details are the everybody else, or if it's specific people or a person where they see some type of devastation, like a strong devastation with the Three of Swords, and while you ascend. Okay, just be mindful of the company you keep and the energy, because this is I think, okay, my question is, what's the karma, what's the outcome? Okay, and it looks like you're going to be very, very blessed in the end of something, and someone is not. Okay, because we do have a specific person in the King of Swords here on the table. We've got all of this universal energy of the strength and the tower, and we've got a King of Swords. Okay, could be any gender. Okay, but it's not pretty on one end, whether that's you or somebody else, whether that's you leading into, you on one end leading to the other end. Okay, let me pull from these astrology-based oracle decks. That's what that anxiety was all about. If you're feeling pressured in any sense, if someone's pressuring you in any sense, don't do it. Like, don't be pressured into anything. It's going to lead to destruction. Like, if you feel off about something, if you don't feel comfortable about something, if you get really anxious when someone or some group or whatever is pushing you to something, it is not, like, trust your instincts, okay? Like, you have to trust your instincts. What is that? Taurus energy, trust, patience, sensuality. Y'all, I don't need these cards. And if you're new here, I often say that because, like, it's funny, but I genuinely don't. I like the cards and it gives you a visual, but Taurus energy, trust, right? If you trust your instincts, can you trust whoever, right? Patience. I talked about taking your time. There's patience, okay? Put it up here so I can still see the bottom. Patience, slowing down. So Taurus is one of the slowest moving signs. Taurus is not moving unless Taurus wants to, for the most part. When we talk about an energy, very slow, kind of has a reputation for being a bit like even lazy, because that's how slow moving the sign, the energy is, because it's Earth, right? Which Earth is the slowest moving of the elements. Like, it's grounded, it's rooted, it's solid. And then Taurus is a fixed sign, right? And fixed placements, they don't budge. It just is what it is, right? A fixed energy. Some of you, if you are fixed in nature and you don't learn to bend, that will lead you to the shadow side of this energy. Okay, you have to be flexible and adaptive. Ironically enough, Taurus energy is second house energy of your assets, your money. Watch it. Okay, that is I'm associating the Tower with Scorpio energy. Taurus, Scorpio axis, your money versus other people's money. So we could be talking about money, we could be talking about assets. Watch it. Because I mentioned at the beginning, you were going to be very blessed financially, right? Very blessed financially. Past, present, incoming energy. And maybe those around you may not be. Okay. Now that we have the money axis directly on the table, maybe, you know, you may have to step into a King of Swords energy, not gender specific. It's just a discerning intellectual energy. I'm actually realizing now that these two cards are actually the same energy, right? King of Swords, number 22. So what I'm getting for your karma as it relates to this, you're either going to have the discernment to be that energy naturally, or you're going to end up in chaotic situations that force you into that energy of being intellectually minded and discerning, right? Because if you just, you know, float on by, because some of you that bendy energy is just your natural fluidity. Some of you need to be a little more fixed. It's always a polarity, y'all. Some of you need to be more fixed if you've been too wishy-washy flowy. Some of you need to be more adaptive if you've been too rooted, too firm, too stuck. Okay, this is advice I'm giving because everybody in this pile is going to see a blessing, a financial blessing of some nature, whatever that means to you. It's all relative. The question is what you have to go through to get it, right? Positive or negative, or how you behave once you get it as well. Okay, let me get one more. I'll take the bottom from this group. Opposition, imbalance, a point of tension and a power struggle. So opposition is exactly the energy that, like, people are not as privileged as you're stepping into. This is a money pile. I was like, on any circumstances, situation I mentioned, I mean, rooted in blessings, financial, asset based. It is what it is, right? Yeah, exactly. Especially since a tower could technically be someone or some people that may have had and lost. That could be you or other people. You know, find yourself in the story. Just be mindful of the people around you, their situations, and how you may come across to them, for better, for worse. Okay? Because Taurus in opposition feels like an opposition to your money, like your money. And then opposition is on inheritances, right? Because that's 8th house of other people's money, opposition. So other people may be struggling financially, or you may be struggling financially as a result of other people, with this opposition falling right along this Taurus Scorpio axis. All right? I'm going to take one more before I take the bottom, because I just want to keep the table clean. You may be very particular. I think most of you, Aries, self. That's independence, bravery, passion. Some of you are needing to step into your independence and self-preservation. Others of you may have a selfish tendency, and that's why you're in the pile together. Like some of you may be a little overextending, right? And a little too flexible, right? And helpful. Others of you are self-identified to a point where you're it completely selfish. It will resonate various ways for various connections, various situations, various circumstances. Okay. So you just know how you've been moving accordingly. Okay. The pile is all over the place. I'm not going to lie. No, I'm not going to lie, but you have yin. Okay. Intuition, that money. Okay. That money, I'm telling you. That full moon eclipse, if you're watching real time, was it is Scorpio season, so it happened in Taurus. Could be a timeline thing, could be talking about that. Again, doesn't have to be, just is something that I wanted to make mention of my real time. But you have yin. Let's see. I have incense going and okay. So it says intuition, trust, patience, spirituality, receptivity. Slow, regardless of where you fall, you have patience on the table 2 times, right? You have something telling you to be receptive, trust your instincts, to be logical, to use your intellect, right? To be discerning and to be patient. Okay? You have opposition in between, patience 2 times. Okay? And it's definitely involving your finances, because actually the first sign is that Taurus energy, and then you've got the Scorpio, which is also here. You've got Cancer, you've got Virgo, Capricorn, and Pisces. Those are the signs on the table. All right. But it's all about your money. Okay. All about your finances, your assets, the things you have, the physical plane. So be cognizant of that. Okay. Because even in the positive sense, every blessing has its curse, right? I just feel like this is a pile that is just going to be, is, or has stepped into financial blessings, and that may not be in alignment with the company they keep, right? That may not be in alignment with either family members, close friends. Like if you're ascending and people around you are kind of stagnant or not elevating as quickly as you, that I could see how that would create some opposition in the connections, okay? Because that was the hugest things, is bending and adapting and adjusting. And some of you, that adapting energy that you need to take on is adapting to your new lifestyle of maybe you no longer resonate with where you once were. I know people don't like it when you say that, but it's a real thing, okay? All right, at the bottom, Sagittarius. I have it's a dark, cloudy day, y'all, and it's like rainy, it's moody. It's literally perfect to be doing this type of reading with this lifting the veil energy. But this incense is not helping. It is creating a fog. And maybe that's what it is. You have a fog, right? Optimism, exploration, and freedom. But that's my Sagittarius energy stepping onto the table, which talks about luck. It's ruled by the planet Jupiter, expansion, abundance, growth, sometimes overnight, right? Like Jupiter and Sagittarius could be associated with like lottery wins, right? With big wins, right? Big losses as well, especially when we talk about karma, but huge, impactful energy, right? So a shadow side of a Jupiter would 100% be a tower, okay? Watch it. That said, we talk about blessings, we talk about financial blessings. That Sagittarius energy talks about that a lot. It talks about growth, expansion, higher learning, spiritual ascension. It also talks about becoming more cultured and having a broader perspective. Some of you, you're surrounded by company or have been, or stepping into a place where you have a higher perspective and the people around you don't. Right? Like you're growing and ascending, not just financially, but mentally as well. And the people around you no longer resonate or don't resonate. And it may be time for some self-preservation. Okay. That's what I'm getting. All right. So let me pull from this one, and then I'll close it out with advice from my New Orleans Oracle deck. What karma is coming in? I know we got a lot of advice. This pile needed advice. This pile needed advice. You don't need to know what blessings are coming in. You got blessings, right? Dodge the bullet, right? If you feel a need to deviate a path, do it or face destruction. If you are set on a certain path or a certain way, even if it feels wrong, you will face destruction, and that destruction will ground you in where you're supposed to go. If you are adaptive and flexible, even when it's scary, when it feels right, you may step into an unexpected blessing, right? Like a lottery win, not literally, could be, but like literally just a lucky instance where you're truly blessed. And mind all of your company and stuff. I get that message a lot for y'all. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. Like, use your discernment. Use your discernment. Okay. So let me see. Tell me more about my pile number 1, please. What is the karma? What is the outcome of the situation you're asking about? I don't know what situation you're asking about. Some of you are just here for general life, but we'll see. Am I holding this upside down? I am not. What is happening? Y'all gonna have to excuse me. I do not leave reversals in my deck. I must have did something funny when I shifted, so now I have to leave it. Oh, I don't like it. Okay. It's time to take action. New moon in Aries. Let me pull another one and see. Let me pull another one and see. Give me more, please, for my pile 1. What's that karma coming in? Oh, that's a lot. I'll take it all. We'll take it all, and I'll see what's at the bottom in a second. I'm going to have to slide these down. All right. A win-win outcome is forecast. Full moon in Libra. It's time to release your negativity, Scorpio, again. A fiery climax approaches. Ooh, more Aries energy. All right. Look, it's going to be expansive. It's going to be very loud. Just the fact that I threw it like that and it landed on Sagittarius, it's going to be very loud. And towers often are loud, for better, for worse. So some of you, what's coming in is you not doing anything. And I know that sounds completely chaotic, right? Like, it's time to take action is reverse, right? Some of you don't need to not move. Need to be just a polarity. Put that Taurus grounded. Do not move. Do not budge. Do not take any action, right? Especially where you're being told to. Ooh, I definitely said that. I said, do not be rushed. Do not be pressured, right? If something, someone, some group, whoever's trying to get you to do something and you like feeling really anxious about it, like do not. What is that? See, it's time to take action. Reverse. Okay? Do not do it. Some of you needed me to just tell you, do not do it. Whatever it is, I don't know what it is. It's different for all of you. I'm like, use your discernment. And Spirit's like, no, tell them not to do it. Don't do it. Okay? Don't do it. And then, and I said, don't do it because what'll happen is, especially if it feels like something you need to do, like you have to do, but it's making you anxious and you're not sure how it's going to turn out. If you don't do it, things are going to work out anyway, right? With the win-win outcome is forecast, especially when we talk about contracts. Okay? Any type of contracts. 7th house of business partnerships, of contracts, of marriage, right? All of those things. Full moon in Scorpio. Scorpio again, 8th house of debts, inheritances, right? There's an overextending energy here. Okay, with this Libra Scorpio energy is an overextending energy. Because the win-win outcome is forecast leading into it's time to release negativity. Is saying that there's a lack of a balance that's going to be released very soon without you doing anything. If you refuse whatever, if you don't do it, okay? Do not do it, because Aries in reverse, don't do it. Aries, first house on both sides of your moonology pile. That's the first house of self and identity. That's actually the polarity here. Some of you are actually going to be asked, makes sense based on all of the blessings that I mentioned, to overextend in some type of situation. Whatever the situation is, connection, relationship, any type of connection, relationship, okay? Because self in reverse, others upright. Self reverse, others upright. You see where I'm going with it, right? Because that's this axis, Aries, Libra axis of I versus others. And the I in this instance is in reverse. Okay. Now it's upright at the end. It's saying in reverse right now, yourself, for whatever partnership, business plan, relationship, contract you're in. Okay. But don't do it. Okay. Pull back your energy and release negativity. It will balance out. A fiery climax approaches. Something's coming in and you're going to feel very lucky after if you're flexible. Okay. All right. Meditate and contemplate. Drag your feet. I don't know why I needed to say that. Drag your feet. It says meditate and contemplate, new moon in Pisces. Pisces energy is Neptune. It's dreams, it's fantasies, it's blessings in terms of like things you never thought you could have. It's selling a dream. Someone might be trying to sell you a dream that's not real in some instances. Some of you will be stepping into a life that is like a dream. You know what I mean? And it can be both, right? It can be both at the same time. But Pisces energy talks about a veil, literally lifting the veil, like my reading. Maybe that's why I named the thumbnail that, right? I was trying to be all ominous and woo-woo, I'm not gonna lie. But it maybe I'm lifting a veil, like there's a veil of confusion of, because it talks about secrecy, right? It talks about illusions. 12th house energy also is hidden enemies as well as allies. So some of you may find out both, one, the other, both very soon, right? A fiery climax approaches, expansion, for better, for worse. Some of you will expand in both negative and positive senses. Okay? For sure. But it's definitely talking about finances, relationships of any kind. Okay? Definitely. But it says meditate and contemplate what feels right for you. Okay? All right. So since we're asking the outcome, I'm going to pull, like I have been doing in my 9 love readings, I'm going to pull advice on the left, and then I'm going to pull what is incoming for you on the right. So give me my advice for my pile number 1, please. Whatever your advice is, it's like a hard answer. And I'm going to take 2, and then I'm going to take what is incoming? What is incoming? What is incoming? All right, 2. It's 2 things, right? 2 things. All right, 2 things you need to do. 2 things that are coming in. Got it. Okay, step into your power. This is Marie Laveau. Power talks about yourself, your power. Some of you need to step into your own personal identity. Some of you may need to pull back your energy and be a bit to yourself if you're reliant on your relationships. But self, I, me, right? Aries is twice. Don't sacrifice yourself for your relationships, partnerships, contracts, business deals, any of those things, right? Release what doesn't serve you. You will truly be blessed. Pull back your energy, right? Step into your power. Step into your power, whatever that means to you. Also, when it comes to religion, rely on your faith, right? Because Sagittarius definitely talks about expanding in terms of spirituality. And let loose, have fun, especially in situations where it seems like there's a lot of work, a lot of effort, a lot of opposition. Let loose. And honestly, let loose may be literally like a release, because this is Mardi Gras, y'all. It's Mardi Gras. So it's like step into your power, have fun, let loose, be free, honestly, because that is on the table, freedom. So what's coming in for you? Share your gifts. Number 8. I mentioned 4s, 8s, 2, like even numbers, okay? 2, 4, and maybe 6, but 2, 4, 8 for sure, okay? Share your gifts. Listen, it's over with. Listen, I mentioned that this is my financially blessed pile. All of the baggage that comes through is you not either being too free, right, with your energy, right, with other people, or you being fixed and not knowing how to pivot and shift and be fluid in your destination and your journey. But you share your gifts, be abundant. That's what you need to know. Technically, 1 and 9 reduces to 8. Okay? But lots of yellow. There's a lot of various colors. I mentioned spiritual ascension, but look at all of the colors. And you got 3 yellow cards. So yellow could be a very relevant color for you. All right, Power One. So step into your power, let loose or reel it in, whatever polarity you're on. Some of you need to let loose for yourself, pull back your energy from other people, and then you're going to be able to share your gifts. You're going to be in alignment with your purpose. You're going to be in an energy where you're able to give freely without fear of negativity. You'll be able to be your authentic self. And as a result of you sharing your gifts, your talents, and being in environments conducted to your natural skills and natural talents, you'll be very, very abundant. Okay, that's what's coming in. And I don't look beyond like maybe 3 months, because I'm actually looking to see now that Saturn is going direct for those of you watching in real time. So if you watching in real time, just see when Saturn goes direct, you'll start to step into these blessings. Okay, so that is all I have for you today, Pile One. Hopefully it resonated. If it did, please like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you can stay in the know on the content we post here on this channel. Thank you for watching. All right, pile number 2. whatever, for better, for worse, question you pick this pile with. Whatever the yes or no question is, the answer is no. Very firmly, adamantly, no. Whether it's a no like yes, or a no as in a absolutely not in terms of a negative sense. The answer is no. Only because cleansing the table for your pile to remove any energy from the previous pile so we can have fresh energy. I'm doing the Santa Muerte Oracle. And there it is. It's still there. So I split. I'm like, I wonder if it needs to be, like if I need to use this deck. And then it was like, I think I dropped something and then, or one jumped and it was a no. Right. And here it is. So this is beautiful energy though. Because I actually know what this card is. Some of you are coming over for brief. I'm going to hold it. They told me not to. Maybe they were telling me to just roll with what I have. Okay, maybe that's what it is. Okay, we're going to roll with what we have. And then I'll pull from the other decks. But I didn't realize it was still, but that no, that's whatever yes or no, for better, for worse, okay? I'm going to hold these because I think I shuffled and reset it and put it back anyway. But this was at the bottom when the card jumped out. So whenever that no jumped out, I didn't look at it because I didn't think it was a relevant message. That was at the bottom. And then with this slipping off the top and me knowing what this is, I'm going to just let it sit here. Okay. And I'll get the book so that you can kind of know what I'm talking about. Where is the book? Did I grab the book? Do I have the book? What happened? That's very interesting that now I don't have the book. Oh, another channel message that I was getting when I was resetting for your pile. I know I'm dragging. Some of you are coming from the previous pile. If that's the case, drag. Take your time. The book is under this deck, y'all. Signs. Listen, there's a lot, like there's a very woo-woo nature to this pile. I'm gonna be honest with you, and I hope I don't scare you because I know this is a woo-woo reading. A lot of you in this pile, most of you, you have a lot of spirits that walk with you. Whether you want to, whether you know, whatever your religion is, you got a lot of spirits around you. And it's a loving, protective energy if you're scared. But, right, because look at that guardian angel, the signs, number 11, regardless of your religion. What's this? New beginnings. What did that's Lafayette Cemetery, y'all. That's the cemetery out in the city, okay? So you have a lot of dead people walking around you, a lot of, angels, okay? So you needed to know that already coming into your pile. We are looking to see what's the karma, what's the outcome, what's incoming for you, for better, for worse, leading with the good energy. But, take all of the message I've already given you. Just take those messages. Let me get into this reading. I do want to see, you're going to love what I'm about to say because I can't remember the name of the card, but I just remember it being one of the most positive cards in this deck. It is the Love card. See that? And it says, it talks about unifying force, universal solidarity. Right? It talks about the birth of the universe And it says, act responsibly, bearing in mind that not only bearing in mind, oh Lord, I can't even like get it out. Act responsibly, bearing in my mind not only your needs, but also what they will cause in the environment you live in. Okay, now that's that number 4 card. Talks about considering the needs of others. Some of you need to do that, but a lot of you have been doing that. And I'm not gonna let Power One take over this reading, but you needed to know that. And then what's number 28? Because I definitely cleansed and cleared that out. Action. So love and action. And it says you have the necessary baggage on your shoulders to face the new adventure before you. Oh, the new adventure before you. Do not fear and proceed without giving the problems of the past too much importance. And listen. Okay? The beginnings. Now, again, especially those of you that may have recently lost someone. There's a lot of love from the other side. Remember, the veil is very, very thin right now, and those are the energies that are coming through. Okay, so if that's been you, that those spirits, that spirit walks with you very, very prominently. All right, because you got love, you got action, you've got signs, and you've got new beginnings. All right, very active spiritual team you have. All right. My pile number 2. Tell me, what is the karma and what is the outcome? All right. Oh, we've got the skull. So, and honestly, like that, it's funny. Like you really do. Like I'm not trying to scare you. You have a lot of look. I'm not trying to scare you. 11, guardian angel, and then you will be my death. But that is like a spirit of death, right? It's a skull. A lot of ancestral, right, energy in this pile, whether you want it to or not. Some of you get really scared, but I promise you, it's protection. It's fine. Okay, so number 11. Let's get the book and talk about it. I think a lot of you, I don't know what's coming in yet. I'm going to assume that it's a lot of love coming in, action, but something about it, your spirit team wants you to know they are here. Okay. So regardless of what side you end up in this reading, positive or shadow, you got protection. Okay. So whatever your religion is, rely on your protection. All right. Number 11, because I haven't gotten to what's coming in yet. Or maybe that is what's coming in for some of you is this team really, you starting to see, like physically see where you're divinely supported and protected by your spirits. Like you may see signs from your ancestors, especially those of you where we talk about like a recent loss, you know, my condolences. You may see signs that those loved ones, that loved one is still around. Okay. And just don't be scared. Okay. Like that may be what's coming in, is you can see tangible evidence of your faith, of, you know, of your spirit guides, of your guardian angels. Okay. Some of you, that is what's coming in. You seeing that very prominently. Some of you will step into some psychic gifts where you are able to be more in tune with that. Okay. Where is, okay, hemlock. Okay. And it is Saturn and Venus energy, and it is water. And it says, I have the keys to my own freedom. Ooh, I love this energy. I'll keep reading, but then I'm going to give you the connection that we have. It says, when hemlock appears, pay attention to your dreams and nightmares. You have an opportunity to get unstuck and move through anything that is stopping you. The inner voice and intuitive message create the key for you to bypass anything that keeps you stuck and simply get going in your own evolution without delay. In this card, hemlock manifests as the death mask of the Dia de los Muertos, or Day of the Dead in Mexican traditions. At the brow point of this mask is a heart pierced with a dagger, truth, and love coming together, rising up from the stalk of the noxious root. She stares directly at us, and we cannot avert our gaze. Face the situation head on. So, okay, look at y'all. I love it because it talks about Day of the Dead, which is obviously the energy I'm doing this reading with. Obviously, I've got all of my Santa Muerte stuff together. Even got a little candle going. We got it together here, right? Like, But this may be your energy, whether you're like that consciously or if this is just the energy of your ancestral presence around you heavily. Okay? Because if you're not like that, you're going to see very soon where you're protected. But lots of things. So much energy hit me. It's like, okay, some of you, okay, pay attention to your dreams and nightmares. They're leading you. They're pointing you where you should go. Because this is my psychic pile. This is my spiritual pile that's not been listening to the spirit guides. That's why it's so loud. That's why they're like taking over the reading and I can't get to the exact answer to the question we're seeking. I have readings that may be able to support you. You did choose that sunflower and or marigold combination, which I have readings with both of those flowers up. Those may be your piles. I have readings with keys. Those may be your readings. You may have a pile, but it talks about having the keys to your own freedom. So definitely go back to those key readings, but keys to your own freedom. Packed up to go, okay? Talks about independence as well. All right, so I wonder if they're gonna let me move on now. What's at the bottom? Fly agate is number 9. I'll put this here. All right, one more time, and then we'll hop into the tarot. I'm not gonna lie, so this pile's a little heavy. Not necessarily bad, but just it's a lot of energy here. It's a lot of spirits here. All right, so I am part of the enchanted world, and it says an opportunity to enter the wondrous world of spirit and make contact with a deeper level of awareness. Listen. Some of y'all's dead people are really trying to communicate with you. Some of your spirit guides are really trying to connect with you. If that freaks you out, don't let it. If you're religious, whatever your religion is, your higher being, higher power wants you to connect deeper. So if you are like maybe an Abrahamic faith and you pray to God, then you need to connect more with God. Okay? That's what that is. Have more conversations, more prayers. Okay? And but it says catalyzing your own creativity and healing. Okay, and it says you must be willing to take the risk of being perceived as foolish or crazy, and also take the time to listen in order to learn. Listen in order to learn. They're trying to teach you something. This is in communion with nature, from the fairy beings to the fox and the hare, the caterpillar and ladybug, all under the moon's light. The fox brings the craftiness to the interpretation, where the hare's gift is of speed and fertility. The caterpillar is a totem of transformation, as is the ladybug, moving from a frightening larval state to a beautiful familiar bug, who is a sign of love and good fortune. You got love and good fortune coming in. Regardless of how you feel, regardless of where you come from, regardless of what you're stepping into prior to that, because it's never a linear line, right? Some of you, this love and support is coming in if you're on the shadow side of the pile, where you may feel something coming in, right? Because there's rarely a pile this heavy where, like, some of you, it's you know, it's something that happens where you need a lot of love and support, and then you step into that. Again, I read past, present, incoming energy. So this could be historical, I'm seeing, or incoming, but something about it is going to connect you. Whatever is so loud, y'all. I'm sorry. It's the opposite of the other pile. Some of the other pile is a little quiet, like eerily so, but this is a loud pile. It's a lot of energy. Yeah, and just like that, I think there's a very nurturing energy here, because just when I started to say that it was really loud, it got very silent. So the energy here is that you will be supported, right? You will be guided. You have a lot of blessings coming in, a lot of love, right? And I'm just gonna move on to the tarot. Let me move over to the tarot. Lots of prosperity and all of that coming in though. But pay attention to your dreams and listen to your intuition, and listen to the feeling, like your instincts when you feel called to do something, and all of the things. But the karma coming in for you is connection to source, connection to your ancestry, connection to again, your spirit team. Okay. Whether something happens that forces you into that, or if you're just stepping into your gifts naturally. Okay, tell me more. Tell me more. All right. I think that's it. That's it. I got my 3 because I love this. 6 of Wands is praise. Okay. Public recognition. It's a parade. It's like, okay, a job well done, celebration after such. So victory. You're going to have a lot of love. Okay, there we go. I love this. All right. So you're stepping into an energy of a lot of praise and recognition, how to. That's why it's so loud, because as above, so below. It's like your spirit team is already excited. They're already like thrilled. They're already trying to shift you into that direction. Like you're going to get a lot of praise, a lot of recognition on the physical plane. But again, first it starts at the top, right? It works its way down. Every creation has a conception, right? There's a concept, there's an idea, there's an action, there's a manifestation. All right. And right now, some of you are at various stages. Some of you are at your spirit team is trying to get your attention to push you in that direction. And then some of you are in the energy of, oh, I got the idea. Some of you are already kind of thinking it through. Some of you are already acting on it. But regardless of where you are in the stage, eventually you will get that praise, that recognition, that success, that love. Okay. Yeah, look at that. 9 of Cups. Okay, 9 of Cups talks about wish fulfillment. Okay, it's one of the luckiest cards in the deck. Okay, even a little heart. Okay, and 9 of Cups is independent energy. So it is praise for you solely. Like, so if you're always connected to some type of group or some type of other energy or connection, you will be praised as an individual. And I love that. And ooh, look at that. Karma in its finest. Number 10, the Wheel of Fortune. That's you. That's you. You're so blessed. Like this pile is so blessed. Regardless of how it happens, regardless of what happens prior to it, because some of you, it is what it is, going to be a lesson. That's why the spirit team is in here so loud in my ear. It is what it is. But it's worth it. You just persevere, you power through, okay? Lots of love, lots of action, lots of activity around you to support you. All right, because you're stepping into the 6 of Wands of victory and success, the 9 of Cups of wish fulfillment, and the Wheel of Fortune. That sounds great. Like even without me just reading the cards as they are, it sounds great, right? Exactly. I love that for you. All right, at the bottom, you've got the Moon. Okay. Yeah, some of you can't see it yet. That's what it is. You don't see your own potential. You don't see your own gifts, your own talents, which is why you're blocking out your spirit guides. Some of you have issues with your ancestry. All right. Specifically, if you have any indigenous energy at all, but like regardless of what the culture is, some of you just have issues with your ancestry. Okay. Whether that is shame, embarrassment, whatever it is, but you gotta stop that, because it's detrimental. You can't love yourself if you don't love your roots. That's very important. And you need to connect with yourself, connect with the higher energy available to you. Because like I said, your ancestry, like they rolling deep, y'all. Okay? They got you. And like, I don't normally have like a certain, like I feel like the last however long I've been getting this energy stepping in a little bit, but because this is the nature of it, like lifting the veil, they were like, yes, boom, let's go. Like it's a very loud, excited, active energy. Like the spirits around you are active. Okay. And I say that in the sense of, this is a reading of what's the karma, what's the outcome. The reason why I'm saying this is such a beautiful energy here, but I have to say it. This is a pile of someone that, you know how I always tell y'all, you know, if those of you that are not new, this is, I get to throw it in your face a little bit. Those of you that have been around for some time, you know how I always say, like, leave people alone. You don't know them, you don't know their protection, you don't know anything like what's going on. Like when y'all try to do like random like love spells and like attacks, all of the things that like I've seen people do or ask about, and I say leave that alone, especially if you don't know what you're doing, because you don't know people's protection. I feel like this group, regardless of if you're conscious of it, because like maybe 30% of you are like woo-woo, deeply spiritual, and or witchy, or just deep in your religion, whether it's a non-traditional, like, you know, we talk about like all of the different ancestral practices from different cultures, like the Orisha, the Loa, we talk about Santiera, we talk about Hinduism, like we talk about all of the various, ancestral, all of the indigenous practices. You don't know people, you don't know their ancestors, their protection. So just stop, because you are a group that, like, you're very protected in a way that any harm that tries to come to you in an unnatural way gets returned. Okay? In a very aggressive sense. There's a very active spiritual presence here, right? So, like, again, I tell you guys all the time, those of you that are watching this from that shadow side, just, you never know who's what doing do. Okay? Because, like, I get a heavy presence here. And it can be friendly or it can be like chaotic, right? So this is that pile of that protection. And most of you don't even realize it. Like, you may notice, like, if people do certain things or whatever, and then they start seeing random stuff like bad luck and all of the things. I get that, because you have the 12th house here of, like, hidden enemies, right? The moon is illusions. It actually rules the occult and magic and all of those things. Okay. So regardless of your religion, right? Because you got a lot of religions here. It's a lot of y'all. But I just want to throw that out there, that this is a protected pile in the most chaotic way, which is interesting. But the 12th house is hidden enemies. It is things you can't see about yourself that people may take advantage of. But it's also hidden allies. Some of you may discover hidden gifts, because it rules your hidden gifts, your hidden talents, your hidden sources of influence, but again, hidden friends, because I don't want to make it like a heavy negative karma thing. The hidden enemies here, very loudly exposed, just because that's the nature of your spirit team, right? Like, that, it just is what it is. But this is my manifesting karma pile. This is the pile that manifests positive karma for themselves and others. This is a pile of people that manifests negative karma for people, whether intentionally or not, but also a pile of people that are meant to do good and spread love, because it goes both ways, right? Like, if you're heavy in a negative energy, you're going to see a lot of negative karma, because of, by nature of how strong your spirit is, if that makes sense. I hope I make sense. I don't know that I do, because I'm not going to lie, I'm a little bit disoriented with the all of the energy that stepped in. I wasn't prepared for this heavy of a reading. I normally only get it in, like, personal reads, because it's kind of feeling like a little bit like mediumship a little bit. Okay, it's given mediumship, I'm not gonna lie. Whew. All right, but whatever it is, I did keep hearing it's empty. So something is empty. I don't know if you need to go fill something up. I don't know if something is lost, but something's empty. Please take care of that. All right. Let me pull from these. Yes. See, like, some of you are forgetting something, or you can't see something. Because I'm like, did I forget a deck? I did not forget a deck between. But some of you may feel like you forgot something that you didn't. Some of you may have not realized that you've forgotten something. And some of you are trying to bring something with you that they're telling you to leave behind. Okay? That's the energy. But you're going to be so blessed. And you're not going to see it coming. A lot of your blessings are going to be very unexpected. Like, you don't have the capacity, you don't have the range to see it yet, right? Some of you that are deeply spiritual or learning, whatever it is, stop being so specific. Maybe that's the like, what's karma, what's the outcome? Stop being so specific. And I was explicitly told just now not to elaborate, because that's part of your discernment. Yep. Neptune. Yep. Dream and transcend. Listen to your dreams. I'm not supposed to elaborate, and I'm not going to get into trouble. So dream and transcend. That's that moon, Neptune energy, Pisces energy. Some of you may have Pisces placements. If not, you're just deeply spiritual, whether you realize it or not. It may be a blind spot. A lot of 12th house energy here. Okay? Pay attention to your dreams, right? And make sure you lift the veil where you're kind of not seeing things as they actually are. Make sure that you're not easily placed in energy of illusion, because you have the 12th house twice. Right? So that's dreams, it's fantasy, it's illusions, It is spirits, it is the occult, it is magic and all of the things, but it also talks about mental health. It talks about being trapped in imprisonment, specifically mental imprisonment. It talks about the subconscious, right? And again, things that you cannot see, for better, for worse. So watch that energy, all right? Let me pull one more and take the bottom. Tell me more about my pile 2, please. You may really have mutable placements. That is Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, and again, Pisces. Heavy, heavy Pisces energy. There's a lot of things you can't see, for better and worse, okay? Specifically related to career, social status. You may be called to take on a non-conventional path. And non-conventional doesn't necessarily mean like completely random. It could just simply be different from what you're trying to do. A unique path is unique. Everything is relative. So unique for you is different for me, for somebody else. Like unique is just something that you wouldn't have considered, okay? All right. What's the karma? What is the outcome for my pile 2? All right, we'll take all of that. More mutable energy. You're being called to be flexible. You're being called to be adaptive. You're stepping, your karma and your outcome is that, oh, what did I hear just now? I heard they'll drag you kicking and screaming. I'm not going to lie, like learning to be adaptive. So you're either going to be more flexible, naturally, or you'll be forced to adapt. Okay. And some of you are a little too, and it could be both could be you, but just in different areas of life. Those of you where you're too flowy, illusion, fantasy, not being realistic, not living in the real world, not being grounded, they're going to ground you. All right. All right. House 9, spiritual growth. What I said. Spiritual growth. Dream transcends spiritual growth. Pay attention to your dreams. That's very key. Pay attention to the messages. Go to whatever religious home is your home of your faith. Make sure that you are practicing whatever religion is yours. If you do not have one, what is the one of your ancestors? Because this is an ancestral pile. Okay, you need to practice the religion of your ancestors. Okay, regardless of what that means. All right. All right. Aries, independence, bravery, and passion. Okay, so you have a lot of passion, a lot of spiritual ascension, a lot of dreams and whatnot coming through for you. Neptune is also creativity and inspiration. You're going to be very, very inspired soon, okay, by something. And active, because Aries is first house of self. I mentioned independence. That 9 of Cups is wish fulfillment for you individually, right? I, me energy. All right. Yeah, I have a lot of Pisces energy here. If you are not a Pisces, you are heavily aligned with those things of Neptune, Pisces, 12th house, 3 times on my table, right? And technically it's Sagittarius, 9th house, Jupiter energy is very connected to that because Pisces and Sagittarius are both related, okay? With that spiritual growth, spirituality is ruled by Pisces and Sagittarius both. And then we talk about all of those 12th house themes. So if you're not familiar with astrology, just so I can save time, look up Pisces, Neptune, and 12th house energy in depth, and you'll learn that those are some of the heaviest themes affecting your karma. Okay. Some of you, it's as simple as you have a very sneaky energy, because Pisces is that energy, like not the sign, but like the 12th house energy of like being very sneaky and beneath the radar, for better, for worse. And the karma and the outcome is going to be relative to that. Okay. For better, for worse. All right. So, let's see. I'll pull from this last deck and then we'll get the advice from the New Orleans Oracle. But there's lots of success, lots of public recognition. Ooh. See why I don't like to sit in this energy for too long. I told y'all, I sit in the energy too long, I start to see the shadow side of this pile. Because I wasn't really getting it. I was getting hints that, you know, There's a lot of love and ancestral and spiritual protection around you, right? For this pile. But a lot of times when you have all of that support, it's like in real life. Like, why is your community needing to come together to support you, right? Unless you lost somebody or something happened, right? A lot of times that's when you have this community-based energy being very tight and strong. Not to be a pessimist, but it's the truth, right? So when you have this much of it on the table, it's like, well, what's going to happen, right? In a light sense, it's going to be a huge blessing, a lot of public recognition, a lot of success on an individual level, and needing that protection to protect your blessings, right? Needing that spiritual protect, like, you know, especially when you're very visible, right? Like if you win an award, or if you post like your blessings to social media, or just whatever it is, people can see that you're doing good, you know, protection from evil eye and all of the things, because most people don't even intend to send negative energy. It is, right? So that's why you have the protection in a lighter sense of you're going to be really successful in whatever it is you're working towards, or on a whim, right? Pretty soon, and they're supporting you. Now, and I got a message, so messages coming in very quickly regarding that. On this shadow side, you have that coming into. It's always a journey. I read my energy because I believe in everything. I believe even in redemption. I feel like everyone ends up wherever in the cycle. Everything is a lesson. So on the shadow side, because I mentioned that all of this Pisces, Neptune, sneaky, hidden enemy energy could be you, could be people around you, could be both. But all of this sneaky beneath the radar energy to the surface, okay? For better, for worse, because the Wheel of Fortune is actually neutral energy. I like to see it with the Six of Wands and the Nine of Cups, but it is the last card technically, right? And the overview is that hidden energy of the 12th house. So technically on the shadow side of this pile, it is, oh, I'm doing good, I'm feeling great, I'm getting what I want, and then boom, something comes out about something sneaky, or I don't know, immoral, whatever 12th house theme that could negatively impact that. But there's always a recovery. There's always a recovery. So I'm not worried about it. I love this pile. The shadow senses, you learn a lesson and then you still step back into that energy, right? Love it, love it, love it. Yeah, because something isn't concluded. Something's not over. What conclusions are within reach. That's actually full moon eclipse, okay? So it could be relevant to that time frame. But let me see. Tell me more about my pile number 2. I'm really loving the light side of this pile. And my Scorpio placements really love the shadow side of this pile too, because you have a lot more potential than whatever shadow you've been living in. You just lack the self-esteem to really do it. So those of you on that shadow side, you know it is what it is, but like, you're much better than this, okay? All right. I said it because it is what's the karma, what's the outcome, y'all. You know, when you ask these questions, you never know. And I want to make sure that I'm clear, because there's so many energies, so many people on the table, on the other side as well as like in the physical plane. When I talked about like spiritual protection and all of those things, like and karma hitting, I feel like this is a pile where, like, if you've been doing good, you'll see good karma. If you've been doing whatever, you'll see that karma back. The people around you are going to see good karma or back. Like, you're going to, like, this is a pile of witnessing it as well, if that makes sense. So that's interesting. All right. Tell me more about my pile number 2, please. What is the karma? What is the outcome of whatever situation, circumstance you're asking about, please? Tell me about my... I heard witness to something. Like that Six of Wands is giving me witness. Like, people will see, for better, for worse. Okay? All right. Because it's all about visibility. Because Neptune and that 12th house is all about hidden things. And that Six of Wands is visibility. And the wheel is a shifting of energy. It's like a shifting of energy. Okay? And even that love card is loud, right? So that's why I say for better, for worse. Okay? And in the end, it's always for better. Okay. All right. Tell me. It's dragging. Tell me about my pile 2. What is the karma? What is the outcome? Please, I don't mean to knock the thing. What can you tell me about the karma, the outcome for my pile number 2? What am I missing? There's something I'm missing. Something about the identity and how you're perceived. Aries is first house, the ascendant, how you present yourself to the world. And again, 9 Sagittarius, Jupiter is expansive energy. It's very loud. How you present yourself to the world. Okay, like who you actually are versus who you made her pretend to be, or all of the things. Well, because I did the thing, y'all. Like, those of you that know me, I do not do this, but this deck did what it wanted to today, and now I got all kinds of random reversals in here, and we're living with it. Okay. What is this? Okay, that's important. You are good enough. Full moon in Virgo. All right, let's just start where we are. Okay, full moon in Virgo talks about self-confidence, self and identity, which I did make mention of, who you are and how you present to the world. Who you are, you're good enough as you are truly. You don't have to be phony, inauthentic, any of the things. Okay, be yourself. That's that's definitely a message that you needed. Don't know why, don't know how it's relative to whatever the outcome of whatever you're asking about is, but be yourself. You are good enough. You are worthy. Virgo rules the 6th house. It's day-to-day life. It's your work. It is your acts of service. It is your health and your wellness. It is the opposite sign of all of this Pisces. Okay? Because Pisces talks about dreams, fantasies, illusions. Pisces is like a fun sign because it's the opposite of work, right? Which is Virgo. So if you've not been working, right, then you're going to be put into a position where you need to work. If you've been doing a lot of work, you're going to be put in a position where you're going to be a little more flowy. Okay. Now, Sagittarius in reverse, luck is on your side. Ironically enough, it lands on the house that it rules. Something about not being lucky. Here's the thing. Don't be scared by that. Okay. This is gonna tell us the karma. Okay. For better, for worse. That wheel of fortune is turning. Okay. And it's a lot of you here. All of you, your dead people, the people in your life. It's a lot of you on my table right now. It's a lot of energy. I'm going to take a break after before I go to pile 3. Whoever's been doing the work, whatever area, right? Working on your health, working on your wellness, acts of service, communities work like your actual work, day-to-day job, right? Organizing your life, whatever work has been happening, you're going to see results, but it's not luck. It's effort. Right? Virgo talks about effort, attention to detail and skill, right? Effort. Where effort has been applied, there will be results. It is not luck. Even if you feel blessed and happy and wish fulfilled, the wish is only fulfilled where there has been effort. Okay? Where you have not been working, you will not see success. Where there are inefficiencies, there will not be success. And this is you, other people, all the things. So some of you, if you're in an environment where it's not organized, it's not conductive, that's going to turn around in your favor, right? It just depends on where you fall within it, right? Like if you're the reason why it's disorganized, then that's something else, right? But it just feels like with this energy, some of you, a very specific confirmation. Don't worry about the school. If you didn't get in or you don't feel like it's for you, like don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it. There's something else you could be doing. The school is not going to make or break your future. I don't like to tell people that. I feel like knowledge and education is important. But like when we're talking about formal education that costs a lot of money, if you cannot, don't worry about it. You'll have an opportunity. Right here, Virgo talks about being crafty. It talks about attention to detail. It talks about work, day-to-day life, possibly a trade or natural skills you have where you don't need this higher education, because Gemini, Sagittarius axis here in reverse, not needing it, right? Gemini, it would be like early childhood. So it would be like primary school versus university. It's not necessary. It's not applicable. All of the things you learn there are not necessarily what you need to take you where you're looking to go. And you'll see that soon. All right. Some of you are about to find out that you didn't get into school. All right. I read past, present, incoming energy. Some of you are not going to expand in the way that you would like. You're not going to travel at all. You're going to stay put, because Gemini is short travel. Sagittarius is far travels. You're not going to go anywhere. Okay. That's why you have, the illusion. Especially if you're relying on like support for that, you're going to have to do it on your own. Okay. I don't know why it's so many people on the table. It's a lot of y'all here. It was the brightest pile, I'm realizing. So maybe that's what it is. But yeah, luck is, you're like, whatever you get, whatever blessings come in, it's not because you're lucky. This is not a lucky pile. This is a protected pile that works, that acts, that shares and spreads energy. Okay. For better, for worse. Okay. And some of you, this luck on your side reverse is truly, I hate to say it, negative karma coming in depending on what you've done. I don't know y'all's lives. Okay. But the answers you need are coming, is in reverse. And so some of you will get some form of either a rejection or just some unlucky news coming in, but you're being told you're good enough regardless. Okay. And I say that because full moon in Libra reverse talks about, it says a win-win outcome is forecast. Scales of balance are shifting where a wheel of fortune is turning. So in situations where you may have been on, like, you know how scales balance out, it feels like an unbalanced scale that has to balance out with the wheel of fortune. So like if you've been at the bottom of the scale, right, struggling, a little unlucky, you know, especially where there's been illusions and whatever energy, it's going to shift this way, right? Like you'll be in that 6 of Wands of victory and praise soon, that 9 of Cups wish fulfillment. If you've been on that end of the spectrum where it's like, I've been getting over. Yeah. Regardless, you'll all end up in balance at some point, because the wheel of fortune is always, it'll balance out. It's fine. Sometimes just take your lick. It's over with. You know what I mean? It is what it is. But that's what I'm getting for this pile. So let me close this out. I'm going to pull 2 cards from my New Orleans Oracle deck. Some of you are really waiting for a message, because I thought I just saw one pop up. It did not. Some of you are truly ignoring your intuition and or your spirit team as they talk to you as well. Some of you are really ignoring your dreams. Some of you are not sleeping at night. Some of you are avoiding your mental health. It's not going to make it go away. All right, babe? All right. That fox is like an energy of like feeling super cunning, by the way. I don't know why that stood out just now. Let me see. All right, so I'm going to take 1. I was going to say for advice. And here we are 2. And then I'm going to take 1 for the karma coming in. Okay, there we go. All right. So 16 is companionship, advice, and create your reality, number 33. So you may be that dragonfly spirit that's been all over my page. Welcome. Create your reality. This seems like a pile that lacks confidence, that lacks independence. But you'll have that soon, okay? Like your own personal identity, like who you are, what you do, and all of the things. Seems kind of heavily reliant on knowledge and learning from other people, because the Sagittarius, Gemini axis is learning, right? Constantly learning, taking, right? Instead of sharing, giving. Some of you take other people's knowledge and present it as your own. Not plagiarism. Stop that. That's going to get you caught up. And then with this, I'm getting, if you've been avoiding the work, avoiding the lesson, avoiding learning and growing, that is what's going to lead to negative karma. Okay, because negative, I say negative, it's a lesson. You're going to be fine. I promise you will be fine. You are divinely protected. Okay, what I want is for you to learn the lesson, because that's the heaviest theme here I'm getting. Okay, so create your reality, take control of your life. Companionship here. Some of you need to mind the company you keep. Okay, there's some of you that are, I have that polarity where we talk about it being, you're either, give me a second. So you're either going to need to step into an energy of accepting companionship, right? Or you need to step away from your current companions. And it could be both, okay? Like some of you may be a little bit hyper independent, and then once you reach whatever success that comes in, it'll put you in proximity to your soul tribe. Others of you will need to pull back your energy and focus on the self, because you're too fixated on other people's energy to the point where it's almost vampiric, whether you mean to be or not, right? That's why we have this not expansive energy, this not, no, you're not getting the answers. No, you're not going to be lucky, because you know what I mean? Like you have to do it on your own. And then I'm taking my time with this, y'all, because it's a lot of y'all. Yeah, it's some other things that I don't feel like I'm quite grasping, but maybe it's up to you to follow your dreams, and like your dreams, your actual dreams. And then what's coming in is let loose. Oh, that's gonna be like, you don't get to control this. I know that's the fun Mardi Gras card, but you don't get to control it. Like you're gonna have to let go of control. You're either going to be in control, like you're either gonna release control of trying to like map out and overly organize your life and have fun on a lighter sense, right? Like you'll have reached whatever milestone and you'll have fun, or you're gonna be forced to release control. Okay, I do not like that. I know you hear that, because it's dead silent in here. So now all of a sudden I say that and I get silent. So y'all just be mindful of your health, your wellness, the situations you put yourself in. Like I promise, like just take care of yourselves, your health, your wellness. Seek help where you feel like you need it. Your advice is to seek companionship. Companionship could be professional support where necessary. Okay, definitely do that, because there's a lot of mental health on the table. Please do that. Okay, a lot of you need to ground in reality. You're too in your illusion energy, too in your head. Okay, that's the I guess politically correct way to say it, because I don't want to say in your mental health, right? You need that support. Okay, like let loose, stop trying to control or do it on your own. Get some support. Okay, all right, especially since we have health and wellness upright, and all of this mental health on the table, because 12th house does rule hospitals. That's why I don't like seeing it. That's why I really don't like that I heard those sirens on this pile. All right, because there's a lot of 12th house energy here, and it rules hospitals. Okay, so be cognizant of yourself, your health, and those around you. All right, that is your advice. Reach out to your friends, support your friends, be grounded in reality, pay attention to what's going on around you. Okay, and you'll be able to let loose or release control and all of the things. Okay, all right, so I'm gonna close it out here. That is all I have for you today, pal 2. Hopefully it resonated. If it did, please like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you can stay in the know on the content we post here on this channel. Thank you for watching. All right, pile number 3. We're lifting a veil, apparently. I've cleansed your table. I got fresh incense going. Yeah. So, I'm not going to elaborate because I don't even know what this means myself. But for somebody out there, X, Y. Okay? Don't know why, but X, Y. And for everybody here collectively, something is currently being, will be very soon sent. Okay, that's it. That's a message that I have, that I'm channeling. For those of you that are new here, I am a reader that reads past, present, incoming energy. You just have to find where you fall here. So sometimes I may be picking up on something that from your recent past or even distant past, depending on how relevant it is to what we're looking at. I'll pick up on what's going on currently, and I'll tell you where you'll eventually end up, depending on where you are in the journey. Okay, and you can always deviate off the path to something else. Usually when that happens, maybe you pick a different pile at that point, at that stage, and then we rock and roll. So I'm going to pull from this oracle deck. I have my tarot and some other oracle decks to clarify. I'm going to look and see what's the karma that's coming in, what's the outcome. It could be regarding any situation, circumstance, or anything like that that you have in mind. Could be for you, could be maybe other people. I don't know. I didn't really limit the energy, so we'll see what we tap into. All right. There's always a pile where I feel called to cleanse the energy with, like, I say sound, but really it's impact. So that could also be relevant. All right. Tell me about my pile 3. What is incoming? I'm looking for good, bad, whatever is coming through. There's always a shadow side of a pile and always a light side, right? There's no darkness without light. There's no light without darkness. Therefore, they coexist. That's why you all come into the piles together. What is this? The good thing is that this book actually does have reversals because this card came out in reverse. This is interesting. Okay, you got the Ivy, number 14. Let's put it down and see what's going on. It's interesting because there was a different pile. I'm not going to spoil it. That got that card upright. That was the one card and it came out upright. So let's see why it's in reverse. Just so we're clear, it rules, it's ruled by Saturn, Venus, Moon, and Jupiter, as well as the earth and air elements. So, and it does say I'm rooted in the blessings of my life. You are not rooted in the blessings of your life, pile 3. All right. It doesn't seem that you are. Okay. So interesting. But in reverse, it says, are you feeling uprooted and ungrounded? Are the difficulties of life making it hard to go on? Ivy tells us to root ourselves in the world once again to be able to grow and thrive rather than give up. You will develop the strength and resilience needed to go onward. Somebody somewhere is not rooted in blessings. Someone somewhere is not doing well. That's you. Could be somebody else. But I just feel like it's the energy here. I only say that because, like, I am used to it, but I didn't want to lead with the shadow being the dominant energy of this pile, but it is, and I don't want it to be. But apparently for this group, you guys, you either past, like historically, recent past, were in that ungrounded, unrooted energy. You are currently in that ungrounded, unrooted energy, or you will be very soon stepping into that feeling of not being rooted in your blessings, right? You're going to feel uprooted in your blessings. We're going to see why. We're going to get advice on all of the things, okay? Stick around if you're on a lighter side. If you like, just give it a chance. Honestly, if I felt like this was me, I'd probably stay around anyway because I would want to know what this is. Willow. All right. Bending and changing. I know that because it came out in a different pile. So some of you are from 2 piles. Some of you, and if that's the case, then stick around and see. All right. Number 28. Your karma is going to depend on your flexibility, your adaptability. That I know for sure based on what I remember from this card. It is Moon and Venus energy ruled by the element of water. It says I bend and change as I need. And it says that, it talks about a lot of things. You see blackbirds, frogs, dragonflies, bees. It talks about when we need to be flexible in our situation by bending, changing, or adapting to the circumstance. It calls us to take steps to ease our pain and suffering and not become adamant in our perspective or feelings. Let it go and change as the moon does. Ooh, I got you. Some of you This is a very interesting energy. I don't mean to drag this out. There is a shadow, there is a light, and then there's some of you that are like in limbo. You're in the in between. And that's why Ivy is in reverse. It is a blockage. It's not necessarily that you're not in your blessings, is that either you don't see them or you've put yourself in a position to be stuck to where you're not in the darkness, but you're not in the light either. You're just sitting there wallowing, refusing to budge. That's dangerous. Because when you do that, typically you end up on that shadow side eventually. Okay? Some of you are in that in between, stepping out of the shadow, stepping into the lighter side of this pile. Others of you are wallowing in that. And I say wallow, but it doesn't have to be a wallowing. It could just be a stagnation of an energy that you may be blind to, not even realizing that you're stuck. And you're going to, step into that shadow side just because Spirit's going to make you move. You have to move, right? And that's why you have Willow, which is changing and bending and being adaptive, okay? Learning when to pivot and to change and to flow naturally with the energy of life, right? You don't have to just commit and stay in a circumstance, right? Clinging to a circumstance. In a lot of instances, clinging to past energy, okay? All right. Some of you, the karma coming in, will be stepping out of that. Okay. Some of you, the karma will be stepping into that shadow. It just depends. Okay. This is that pile. I'm like supposed to be grabbing. So I have this stack. Yeah. Of the cards that I'm using today. And instead of grabbing the tarot deck that I'm supposed to be using, I reached past it for this one. So you may be talking about connections and all the things. This is not a love reading, but I'll give it to you. Come on. I'll give you one. I'll give you one, pile 3. Give me a card, a message for pile 3. Please. I'm not taking all of those cards. That's not happening. I did see I love yourself first at the bottom, so maybe that's related to this. Let me see. Tell me, let me see. I'm off to the side looking at the thumbnail right now. That's what's happening. I'm looking at the thumbnail. I'm like, okay, what is this? What's going on? I have piles. And I think I did that intentionally, but I just didn't remember it just now, where there are, I just wanted like I wanted specifically red flowers for that third pile. And I started to do roses. But I was like, you know what? I see this really nice picture of those poppies. So you might be those poppy piles. That's probably why you're in here like this. Okay, so let me see. Tell me about my pile 3. What's the karma? What's the outcome? Please tell me what this deck needs to say. Whatever it is, a long time coming, some delays. Maybe the dominant energy might not even be the shadow inherently. It may be that in-between energy that's stepping, that could either go either way. I don't know. Let me see, because I feel like I'm taking too long with this and I want it to be on my tarot deck by now. Let me see. Tell me, is it this? Okay. Y'all know I've been doing a lot of shuffling just now. Love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. Some of you are needing to step into your self-love era, okay? That is what's coming in for you, is the stepping into your own power, bending, deviating into your self-love. That's what's incoming for you. Let go of control issues and stay optimistic about your love life. So it does say, allow the situation to unfold naturally. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. All right. Pile 3. Okay, so the outcome, the karma, it's feeling real single. All right. And I'm not saying that in a sense of everybody here is going to end up that way. It feels like an energy of needing to ground, needing to bend, needing to adjust from whatever the expectation is. Because if we're asking about a specific outcome, that means there's a very specific outcome that you're seeking. And regarding that, I'm seeing love yourself first. And it says, let go, control issues, let it unfold unnaturally, and stay optimistic about it. Okay? That's what I'm getting. So, yeah, let me keep pulling cards. I'm going to pull from this tarot deck and see what's going on. I will pull, for those of you that are not here seeking specifically romantic news, I will pull and try to get you some information as well. But all right, let me see. Tell me more about my pile number 3. What karma is coming in? What is the outcome? Some of you are going to get negative news about a romantic connection. I did mention a message at the beginning, and then the Ivy reverse feels like either a blocked blessing or not getting, I don't know. Willow is needing to bend and adjust and shift perspective. All right. Queen of Pentacles. Ascension on the ladder, climbing the ladder. That climbing a ladder feels like someone needs to focus on their career. Okay. Some of you, the karma is you being put in a position where you have to focus on your career. That's what you need to be doing. Okay. Because you can't quite see the blessings associated with your career. You may need to pivot, deviate related to your career, or you may need to bend your perspective so that you focus more on your career versus that stuff. Okay. Some of you are not grounded. Some of you, a certain outcome you're seeking, the karma is that when we're talking about a specific connection, it's not going to work out because you are not independent enough, right? This Queen of Pentacles is climbing the ladder. It's not gender specific at all, but it feels like there's a lack, right? It feels like someone needs to take control of their self, right? Because control issues feels like clinging romantically and needing to establish some form of independence with the love yourself first. Like there seems to be a lack of love, a lack of resources with the self. Okay. Give me more. Okay. That's like under the table. So whatever this is, it slipped under. Okay. Hidden from you. Star. Okay, so this is Aquarius Uranus energy. It's unique, unusual situations and circumstances, could be shocks and or surprises, but the traditional meaning of this card is wish fulfillment. Okay, so from a light side of this pile, you're going to climb this ladder to wish fulfillment in a much larger scale than you ever thought possible for yourself. Okay, even if things don't work out right in this romantic stuff, you're being called to focus on yourself just so that you can reach this star energy on your own. Okay. Regardless of what happens or what's going to happen with that, the focus should be on you and what you're building. Right. And then let me see. And I say what you're building only because I see the ladder. Some of you, it's literally just your life, your health, your wellness, right? Just prioritizing yourself. Give me one. All right. Magic. Ooh, number 1, the Magician. So we've got 2 air signs on the table, Aquarius and Gemini. Very smart, intellectual energy, lots of information. I mentioned news, I mentioned messages. You're going to get a lot of messages, a lot of news, a lot of communication coming in. Some of you, the karma, if you've been like unrooted, ungrounded, because Ivy reverse feels almost like hermit energy, right? Where you're not rooted, you're not grounded, you're in spirit, you're in isolation, meditation possibly. You're going to step out, right? And get a lot of romantic attention. And spirit says to just roll with it, right? Don't try to control it. Stay optimistic about it. But stay in your personal power with love yourself first, okay? And others of you will be called to prioritize your building, right? Your successes. That's for those of you where, you know which side you're on. Like, are you independent? Are you in your power? Are you confident? Are you putting yourself in the position to be all of those things? If not, karma's coming in to kind of balance that out and teach you that self-love and to ground you, because you have to be first realize that you're not grounded. That's why that middle in limbo energy step through. You're in limbo, you don't even realize that you're ungrounded, some of you. And it's going to be the veil that lifts, that shows you where you need to pivot. It's going to show you that. Okay, let me see what's at the bottom. Lots of heavy divine energy supporting you though. High priestess, exactly. The star, the magician, and the high priestess. I will say on the shadow side, there's been a lot of that in here today, which makes sense. We're talking about karma. The high priestess is 12th house energy, right? That is Pisces energy of like things that are hidden from you, for better, for worse. So like there's a lot of hidden talents you're about to discover. There's also a lot of limitations that you're going to discover that you have. You may discover a lot of hidden friends, right? You may discover hidden enemies. This is just things that like where the veil, right? This is the definition of a veil that needs to be lifted, this energy. A lot of you, what's happening, the karma you're stepping into is going to be very much so you stepping into your personal power and truly being able to manifest whatever you really put your efforts towards with that Queen of Pentacles, making your dreams tangible wherever you apply effort. Okay. And this is a woo-woo energy as well, like of the magician and the high priestess. Those are magical counterparts of being able to conjure and manifest and like the witchy stuff, okay? For those of you where that applies. Otherwise, it's prayer, okay? But yeah, I do see learning and effort, learning hidden talents, unique skills you didn't realize you had. I love that for you. But there's a veil that will be lifted first. And again, some of you is past, some of you it is currently happening, and others of you it is incoming energy. Especially since you made me pull that love pile, that love deck, okay? But I do see you're going to be manifesting a whole new reality very, very soon. Regardless of if there's a bit of a struggle before that. Okay, I never look too far ahead because energy is ever changing, and then with all of your free will and all of that, you can do whatever you want. So anything beyond like I say 3-6 months, because a year, anything beyond a year is like way too long. That's way too much variables, right? That's too many variables to look that far out because of all of the personal power we have. Let's see. This is the house of Aquarius energy, the 11th house of networks, of community, of collective energy. Okay. It also talks about technology. I don't know why that magician card makes me feel like technology, but technically that's Gemini as well. Because Gemini is also communication and conversation. So there's a lot of conversations and communication and networking coming your way. Okay. For better, for worse. Some of you, it's a lot of gossip in a negative sense. Possibly even a ruined reputation, even though I don't have 10th house here. But I also get a strong energy of, what's that I was thinking? Okay, so remember earlier when I pulled this deck and I was like, okay, it's a lot of, on the lighter side, it's going to be like a lot of attention, a lot of dating. You're going to have to use your discernment and just determine which of these people you want to engage with that high priestess energy. Like everybody might not have the right motives, right? Because you're going to get a lot of attention, which means a lot of opportunities for friendships, a lot of opportunities for connections, like dating, lots of opportunity for professional collaboration, joint missions. Because when I say community collective efforts, like people with a common cause, just make sure that everything is as it seems. Okay, I can see that. Oh yeah, look, I've got the Emperor. You got a lot of success coming your way once you step into your power, that's for sure. All right, so let me pull from this astrology-based oracle deck. Tell me more about my pile number 3. What's the karma? What's the outcome? Yeah, that definitely confirms what I was thinking. I was about to say, whatever it is, it's like it's a heavy theme of personal power, and like it's a cloudy day, like it's dark, gloomy, it's a little cold outside, but like the sun just came out, like power, like pure energy with the star, the magician, and the high priestess, like, and seeing that come into fruition on that physical plane, like being able to like make moves. Okay, that's what's coming in, whether it's after some whatever or just you've already done that. Okay, I've got house 3, more Gemini energy, early learning, childhood relations, the rational mind, and communication. Okay. Gemini energy is very prominent, talks about localized energy. Some of you, because I have that community collective energy along with that localized energy, you may step out in the community more and like do like some community service, or interact with people more in your local community. That's what I'm getting. Let me fix that. Right, I'm getting a lot of you are going out more, stepping out more, because it's short-term travels, right? Short-term travels. Queen of Pentacles is climbing that ladder outside, so like it's a lot of localized energy. Okay, and a lot of conversations and a lot of communication, like lots of messages. Like I'm telling you, the reason why I said sent, like X and Y was in the deck when it fell, but like this is why I said messages, right? You can see where it says sent. So like something's coming in, lots of messages, lots of communication is coming in for you. Lots of confirmation I heard, lots of revelations. All right, you got a lot of cards. We'll take it though. Square is a challenging situation and a mountain to climb. Yeah, right under the ladder, climbing up. In the light sense, you're climbing up, you're ascending. In the shadow sense, you're going to have to, put the boots on and really get to work, right? And then we've got conjunction, a union, merging and coming together. And then you've got house 6, establishing a foundation, health, daily life, and practical details. Oh yeah, so it's all going to come together once you do the work. Okay, so what I'm getting for this power, the karma that's coming in is doing the work. Okay, there's so much information that I need to go through, cut through right now. So where you apply effort, okay, especially in a localized energy. So if your question is, should you expand and move, whatever, no, the answer is localized energy. Okay, community energy, right? Because it's twice. And then also doing the work, persevering through the challenge will create harmony, especially where you establish a routine. All right, very specific message for somebody. Also, when we talk about, because I don't want to lose sight of that love message at the beginning. Don't overly fixate on love. Like some of you on that shadow side, that's kind of the issue, is you're overly fixating either on a specific connection or on love overall, whereas you need to be building up yourself, your health, your wellness, right? Your money and all of the things, because you got Pisces. House 6 is Virgo energy, actually both Mercury signs. So Gemini, Virgo, Mercury energy, your smartness, your intellect, your drive, right? Your learning, your evolution, all of those things. Okay? Your routine, the details, the fine details, okay, of your life. Like focus on the details of your life, okay? Taurus energy, trust, patience, and sensuality. Exactly. That is the second house of assets, your money, right? Focus on your money and stuff. Because I mentioned, I think earlier, where some of you, if you're asking about something specific, it's because you may you may be clinging with control issues, and you're not, with staying optimistic, it shows that there would be cause for a lack of optimism, right? And loving yourself, like a lack of self-esteem, a lack of self-worth, a lack of assets on your own, like building yourself up, taking care of your health, your wellness, right? Your routine, the things you need. Anything related to early childhood, because some of you may be stagnant due to childhood issues from your childhood stemming from that. Okay. And then let's see. See how the sun is shifting on this pile? That willow, like learning how to pivot. Okay. learning how to flow and shift and not be so rigid. All right. Because square is a rigid energy, right? It's a sharp corner. It's like once you kind of work through it, things come together. Let me pull from this deck. So there's a side of you that needs to pull completely back from romantic connections, and then there's a side of you that needs to go outside and get into those. There is no in between. Even those of you in the in between, you need to like shift, right? Like if you're in the in between, you can step forward on your own. If not, you'll be pushed into the darkness of the shadow of this pile because you need to heal. Like focus, and not like forced into the darkness of the shadow. Like, oh, you'll be forced to focus on work instead of pleasure. It'll be your way. Like I feel like that in the middle pile group kind of naturally clings to energy and doesn't know how to like clear it, flow, pass through to the next era, if that makes sense. Right? Because on the other side, there's like a very active, localized community social energy coming through. That's interesting. Like lots of messages, conversations, communication, networking. A lot of it's very casual though. I'm not going to lie. For this pile. I'm grabbing this, but I wanted to look at that as I was talking about. It's like a stack of 3 that fell. I'll take them. Some of you are having, and it's a very specific message, but like the romance, like, because it says let go of control issues, stay optimistic about your love life, love yourself first. So this localized energy, it makes it challenging for you to find the union you're seeking. And I'm feeling like if you stop you're making it more difficult than it is. If you would just go out, like have a routine, do the mundane tasks that you should be doing, right? House 6 is your routine. It's your errands. It's literally everything associated with a routine that you would do day-to-day life. And with these both being Mercury in a localized space, if you just go out and do that, like it wouldn't be so hard for you. That's why you have love yourself first, because like if you do your stuff, like, you know what I mean? Like some of you are making it a lot more difficult. Like if you're out doing your stuff, it'll happen organically for you. You won't have to force this specific connection, or you won't have to constantly chase, or you won't feel so isolated. Like some of you are doing that to yourselves. Love that I'm sharing that with you. The karma coming in is the awareness that you're doing that, and the energy to structure. Okay. Yeah, you've got, exactly. Look at that. I love it. You've got show the world the real you, full moon in Aquarius, more Aquarius outside networking energy. Networking is something that's coming in for you very, very prominently. Collective, community-based energy. Uranus is also shocks and surprises. Okay. Love it for you, but a lot of visibility, lots of visibility. You've got blue moon in reverse, believe in the impossible. And then you've got new moon in Capricorn, your hard work is paying off in reverse. So what I'm getting from this energy, first of all, your hard work is paying off is screaming at me because I'm literally talking about it, right? I'm saying go outside and do the things and just live your life. You're going to be able to be comfortable as you are. So you're making things harder than it needs to be, right? In some instances on one side. And then there's another group of you that's actually trying to cut corners. Okay. Right. So believing the possible in reverse with your hard work is paying off. Cutting corners is not going to work, especially when you're being phony. That's why we have show the world the real you. So the shadow side just stepped out in my face of this high priestess is sneaky illusion based energy. If you're being, I use the word phony. I'm not like calling anyone names. These are labels for me to describe the energy. Like if you're being someone you're not, presenting as someone you're not, presenting as something you're not, then that's not going to work out, because believe in the impossible reverse, your hard work is paying off in reverse. Like it's effort for no reason to be when you could just be your authentic self. Okay? That's what I'm getting. And I'm also getting when you are your authentic self, some of you in the lighter sense, yeah, exactly. Look what just slipped off the top right here. When you are your authentic self, I love that confirmation from my light side. Things are not impossible. It's not a blue moon. It's not a rare occurrence. It's your day-to-day life, right? Routine, day-to-day life. When you are yourself, things just naturally work. It's not hard, right? And you have new moon and Sagittarius, luck is on your side. So that expansion will come as you are more authentic in yourself, as you step into your community and collective spaces that align with who you are and what you like. So as you engage people, like-minded people, incorporate things, hobbies and such into your routine that are aligned with you, you'll naturally find the spaces and the community, even the romance for those of you where that's something you're hyper fixated on that you're seeking. All right. At the bottom. Exactly. I love this energy for you. A new romantic cycle begins. So you will get what you're seeking. All right. The good karma coming in for you regardless, physical glow up, because you have both Venus rule signs. You have Taurus and Libra here. You have Gemini and Sagittarius. So that is expansion and travel. That is learning, evolution, and knowledge. Okay. Lots of Aquarius energy here as well, which is again that collective community-based energy, but it's like-minded individuals, people that like what you like. But you have to follow what you like naturally with this Virgo energy, because you do have Virgo Pisces, good health, because you do have the axis of health and wellness and good mental health, right? So physical glow up, financial glow up as well. I just see a lot of things here benefiting you, pile 3. This is a great pile in the lighter sense. And I say lighter sense because there's a shadow here where you're being not your authentic self. Like you're not living your truth, and you're being called out for it. So if you're seeing negative karma, right, not grounded in your blessings, right, you're not grounded in who you are. You're not your authentic self. So if you've been doing that, that's why you're gonna step into, if you haven't already been, stepping into that hard time, possible negative karma, because you're being pushed into who you really are, right? And if this is past or present energy, this is why you've been experiencing that. But it's turning around as you become who you are meant to be, like who you actually are at your core, okay? That's what I'm getting for you. And I mentioned all of the focus on yourself, your money, and all of the things, regardless of what stage you are, because some of you may be at the tail end of that. Like you're fine in your career, you're fine with your business, you're doing well financially, your health is okay. All of you where you feel like you've kind of cracked that code, what's coming in is lots of luck, no hard work. It's not a rare occurrence. It's not hard. Your day-to-day life is like lucky, quote unquote, because you are who you are. You even get romance because you've stepped into that love yourself first energy where you prioritize yourself and the things that you like and value. Again, your routine, your health, your wellness, your physical appearance, your money, your hobbies, your errands, your routine, your obligations. You've prioritized everything that is important, the details of your life. I hope that makes sense. Okay? And I keep looking at this other love-based deck because that's such a prominent thing. And with that being the last message I'll pull from this one, since this is my pile for that, those of you in the shadow, you're getting all of this, okay? What did I tell y'all at the beginning? Main attraction. Someone can't keep their eyes off of you. You are the leading star. You are the center of attention. So pile 3, I told you, when you step into your personal power, you're going to have a lot of attention. I mentioned all of that attention. At the bottom, I cannot make this up, and I do not need these cards, okay? Communication, a conversation is on the horizon. Someone is planning to reach out, be ready to express yourself. Now, that could be a literal message being sent or just all of this attention, collective, community, romantic energy coming your way. I love how this pile ended up in a lighter sense because I'm not gonna lie, y'all, it was a little scary at the beginning because I was like, ooh, not bad luck. Some of you, it is bad luck. but it could become good luck because you can always shift this energy. If the message I've gotten so far, and I'm going to pull for your advice and what's coming in, but the message I've gotten so far is be your authentic self. If you know you've been phony, even if you've just been doing it out of like self-preservation, karma does not, like energy, spirit does not care. It's all about being, you have to be yourself. You're not going to be happy. You're not going to be able to benefit other people by being phony like that. You know what I mean? It's not a good life. You don't want that life. I promise. So whatever bad luck you are experiencing, about to experience, you need that because you do not want that life. I promise. You'll never be happy. So, oh my gosh, with so much attention. Look at you in your Dorothy Dandridge. So let me pull your advice and then I'm going to close it out with what is actually coming in for you. Is this the pile where I mentioned that a lot of attention? Some of you may have picked multiple piles. Some of you, this attention is not good attention at first, okay? Oh, sorry, I don't mean to knock that. Yeah, definitely the case. Some of you, it's not good attention at first, okay? So just watch it. And that's where you, yeah, speak your truth, abundance. But that's those of you where it's like you've not been living your truth, because that's very clear. It's all about living your truth, being grounded in who you are firmly. Because even the energy I described of not being grounded and not being, some of you not even being financially stable, or, you know, I think I mentioned a specific circumstance of a romantic connection not working out because you don't have your own identity. You may be clingy and you don't even have like your own like life and even material things because you haven't, what's the thing I'm saying? Like, you're not rooted in yourself. You're rooted in this person, right? If that's the case, that's a level of phoniness, right? Because like you're doing yourself a disservice by kind of shrinking yourself for that. And that's not going to go like that if you're watching my readings, because we don't do that over here. If you're gravitated towards my energy and the energy of the people here, you're going to become the main attraction. Whether you have to do so from a traumatic experience or if you're going to naturally step into that on your own. Let's see. Main attraction. I love this energy for you though, because regardless, there's always a polarity, even if, like I said, at first it doesn't feel good for the shadow, because it's not even a dominant energy anymore. But I still don't want to lose you in here because you may need it more than the lighter side. The lighter side is amazing. All of this attention. All right. Yeah. Okay. I didn't even pull with that intention because I was getting a message of don't let pride get in your way. Be mindful of messages coming in. When I see someone is trying to reach out, just be cognizant of the people where we have this high priestess, hidden enemies energy. Could be hidden, because this could be secret admirer energy in a light sense, but it also could be like hidden enemies energy in the shadow sense. So just be mindful of the people that you're communicating with and interacting with. I'm going to keep this just to have it. Musical healing. Some of you need musical healing. Some of you love music. But like some of you just may need like sound bowl, binaural beats, all of the things. That's some advice, especially those of you in that center stuck energy. If you can't shake whatever it is, you need the musical healing. Okay. But yeah, let me get more advice. And then I'm going to take one more for... Oh, okay. I'm not going to fight it. There's a lot of advice related to being yourself and possibly even messages. Okay, so, all right, we'll take that and then we'll see what is the karma coming in. So what's the outcome? Give me one more card for what is coming in, please, for my pile number 3. What's coming in? Some of you are going to step back from a romantic connection. That's what's coming in. Like this person will step back or you will step back. It's loud as day. As incoming energy. That's the way it fell. Okay, number 15. Step back. That's what's going to happen. That's why you have love yourself first. What's coming in is something, some of you, it's going to be an end of a romantic connection, or you realizing that you're not ready for one. Like if you're not dating anyone, it may be that you realize you want to prioritize yourself, right? You want to prioritize yourself. your wellness and the things that you're focused on. Okay? That's what I'm getting. That's the step back. I'm not gonna lie. It's very ominous. So I want another one. Maybe the advice is gonna help me because this is incoming energy, but your advice is maturing energy, as in something you either are stepping into now, like you're already doing and need to do more of. That's kind of what I'm getting, but show the world a real you. So maybe you're already in that. Yeah, signs. You're paying attention to the signs. So pay attention to the signs, right? That's also a sign that you have angelic support. So that is your advice, is to pay attention to the signs. Yeah, abundance. Prioritize your abundance. Lots of yellow and blue here. Oh my gosh, lots of blue. That throat chakra energy, we did see it in Lanyap, is a special gift. Some of you have a gift available to you now. Some of you have abundance available to you right now because you've stepped into yourself. Oh, you can't even see these. Let me just, there we go. Right? Because signs, abundance, gift. That's the energy that is maturing as your advice. Like, accept the gift, be abundant, acknowledge the signs. Okay? And some of you, that's the signs that'll lead you to a gift and abundance, is to take a step back. That's what's leading you to start taking a step back, or the step will be taken back for you. Let me get one more. What else is coming in? It would just see incoming energy. So maturing energy of your advice, as in these are things you've already been trying to do for a lot of you. And then self-care, number 12. So this is my pile of self-care, focusing on yourself. You're going to get a romantic connection. I promise you will. This is my pile that desperately wants the love. I promise you. I promise you. I do not lie to y'all. You will get it. But the priority is you and your self-care, and because you have health and wellness on the table. You got to love yourself first and self-respect. Any blocking of your blessings is to put you in your right path to your ascension and being who you are. You know what I mean? Like, so it's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. The good news and the great sense, regardless of what side you end up on, you're about to experience the biggest glow up of your life. Okay? Romantic connection. I'm doing that because I feel like the shadow of this pile is two things. The phony nature, pretending to be someone you're not, or just shrinking yourself, or the hyperfixation on that romance. And I'm like doing this because y'all know I don't mind the love. I do the love readings. Y'all love the love readings. I do them. But like, I'm doing this because it's like, stop that. Like, you have so much abundance coming in. I want you to prioritize yourself, your health, your wellness, your personal glow up, and you'll attract someone with that same energy to you. Okay? So just live your life. Okay? Step back, self-care, have fun. And eventually you'll step into that lighter end of the pile where you get all of this attention that you want. You'll be ready for it. You'll have the discernment for it, right? You'll have the self-confidence for it. Right now, if you got all of that attention that you wanted, I feel like a lot of you on that shadow side, like you have like a bit of a codependent energy. And if you got all of that tension, you wouldn't even know what to do with it. And you would self-sabotage a lot. Like, you may be the type to put off your work to like chase love and stuff. That's not good, right? Like, there's a lot of that here. And I don't mean to sound so disgusted. I promise I am not. That's my like disappointment voice. But that said, like, what I want for you is the shadow side of this pile is actually a really, like, one of the best shadows you could have. And I'm wrapping up that statement at 44 minutes and 44 seconds of your pile. Like, it's lightweight, right? Like, some of you may feel like devastation, whatever that shadow is that's coming in to put you on path, but it's really not. Like, it's the best thing that could ever happen to you. It really is, I promise. Because like, you're like, this is the biggest glow up of your life. Okay, and I kind of like, I'm realizing, yes, that those are poppies on that thumbnail. So you may just keep picking that pile, and I love the evolution of the journey for that. Like, I only vaguely remember it because I don't remember. I do a lot of readings, y'all. But if that's been your journey, or if some of you are just nosy and go to sleep to my readings, if you follow that journey, I just remember it being like an evolution, a growth, like into kind of adulthood a little bit, like for that pile, like that's been following. So I love that I get to be your reader. I love that for you. It's going to be great. Tell me all of your blessings so I can like gas you up. But you are experiencing the biggest glow up of your life, regardless of what side you are on. Okay. All right. And then you're going to have a partner that comes in at the end of all of this you stuff that mirrors you. Okay. All right. So that is all I have for you today, Pile 3. Hopefully it resonated. If it did, please like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you can stay in the know on the content we post here on this channel. Thank you for watching.